Have you ever wondered what a normal afternoon in Vietnam looks like? Not famous beaches, not modern skyscrapers, just the everyday life of ordinary Vietnamese people. Hello everyone, my name is Mi, and I'm a Vietnamese girl. I share stories about everyday life in Vietnam as well as travel experiences throughout the country. Follow me as we explore the beauty, culture, and unique traditions of Vietnam together. And today, I'm going to take you along to discover what a typical afternoon in Vietnam looks like and how it unfolds. Let's go. In Vietnam, it's common for people to take a 1 to 2 hour nap after lunch before beginning the rest of their afternoon. I usually take an evening walk, just like many other Vietnamese people do. I'm taking a walk in a very green park. The weather is pretty hot today, but the trees provide plenty of shade, so it feels much cooler and more comfortable. Right there is a cyclo, a traditional Vietnamese pedicab. It's one of the most recognizable symbols of Hanoi, and you'll often see them carrying tourists around the old quarter. One thing I've noticed in Vietnam is how active many older people are. It's very common to see them exercising in parks and public spaces, especially at sunrise and again later in the afternoon. One thing I love about living in Vietnam is the contrast throughout the day. The afternoons are usually calm and peaceful, but as people finish work and head home, the streets become lively and full of energy. That's when the city really comes to life. These men are playing Chinese chess. It's one of the most popular hobbies among older people in Vietnam, and many enthusiasts can spend hours enjoying a single match with their friends. This little boy came to the park with his grandfather, but I think his grandpa is so focused on the chess game that he's forgotten all about him. But this game isn't always peaceful. Some players hate losing so much that they might spend half the night replaying the match in their heads, trying to figure out how to get revenge the next day. As the sun starts to go down, the city begins to wake up in a different way. The weather becomes more comfortable, people leave work, students head home from school, and the streets fill with life. This is one of the busiest and most vibrant times of the day. Vietnamese traffic may look chaotic, but there's a unique rhythm to it. It's one of those things you have to experience in person to truly understand. We would love to welcome you to Vietnam someday. This is a historic market called Rong Market. It was originally built in 1922 and has been an important part of the local community for over a century. Today, it remains one of the most well-known markets in northern Vietnam. This market was built during the French colonial period. However, the Vietnamese people have never been easy to break. Throughout history, we've faced many challenges, yet we've always managed to preserve our identity and culture. At this market, you can find just about anything a family might need. Yes, you heard that right, almost everything. From food and clothing to household goods and everyday essentials, it's all here. The only real difference between this place and a modern shopping mall is that there's no air conditioning. You can find everything from toys to kites in this market. Many of these items are imported from China, so they're usually very inexpensive and affordable for local families. This is called a Diu Ke, a traditional Vietnamese bamboo pipe used for smoking tobacco. It's much stronger than a regular cigarette and can be quite intense for first-time users. Personally, I don't recommend smoking, but it's still an interesting part of Vietnamese culture and history. This section is dedicated to fishing gear. Whether you're a beginner or a serious fishing enthusiast, you can find just about everything you need here. The best part is that the prices are very low, yet many of the products offer surprisingly good value for the money. This man is selling steamed buns, one of the many affordable snacks you can find in Vietnam. Vietnamese cuisine is incredibly diverse, and great food is often just a few dollars away. What I find most fascinating is the street food culture. People gather on sidewalks, sit on small plastic stools, and enjoy fresh meals right in the middle of daily life. It's one of the things that gives Vietnam its unique character. I stopped at a local snack shop, and they're selling fried bananas. This is a humble Vietnamese treat that's been around for a very long time. It's affordable, delicious, and brings back childhood memories for many locals. The recipe is surprisingly simple. A banana is flattened, dipped into a special batter, and then fried until crispy. But don't let the simplicity fool you, the magic is in the batter. That's where all the flavor comes from, and many vendors guard their recipes like a secret family tradition. This is a famous local dessert shop, and it's busy almost every afternoon. They serve chai, a traditional Vietnamese dessert made with ingredients like beans, fruit, coconut milk, jelly, and sticky rice. There are countless variations, and it's a favorite snack for many Vietnamese people. And it's not just about the desserts. There are fresh fruits, homemade pastries, and all kinds of local treats. It's the kind of place where you can walk in looking for one thing and end up finding everything you need. This shop sells a unique Vietnamese drink called Nuoc O Mai. It's made from preserved plums and a blend of traditional herbs. The flavor is a mix of sweet, sour, and salty, which might sound unusual at first, but it's incredibly refreshing. On a hot summer day, it's exactly the kind of drink locals reach for to cool down. This is the local plant market. No matter what kind of plant you're looking for, there's a good chance you'll find it here. The market supplies plants to nearby towns and neighborhoods, which helps keep prices low. It's a great place to explore, even if you're not planning to buy anything. This is basically the neighborhood barber street. These guys have been cutting hair for so many years that they've probably seen every hairstyle from the last few decades. They charge very reasonable prices and have tons of experience. Don't expect the latest modern hairstyles, but if you're looking for a clean, classic look, they'll do a pretty good job. These children are training at a local football club. Vietnamese parents often invest a lot of time and effort in helping their children develop their talents. For many families, sports are not just about fitness, they're also about discipline, teamwork, and personal growth. One thing you'll notice in Vietnam is that many cities are closely connected to a river. These waterways have been the lifeblood of trade for generations, helping transport goods across the country and even to international markets. Long before modern highways existed, rivers were the highways of Vietnam. As you can see, one reason Vietnam has traditionally had lower obesity rates than many countries is its lifestyle. Vietnamese food is incredibly diverse, often less sweet than what you'll find in some other parts of the world, and staying active is a normal part of daily life. Even after a long day of work, many people still spend an hour or two walking, exercising, or playing sports in the evening. After a long afternoon, it's time to head home, water the plants, and start thinking about dinner. Around here, people usually wait until the sun is setting before watering their gardens. The weather is cooler, the water doesn't evaporate as quickly, and it's generally considered a better time to take care of the plants. This is probably the most pleasant time of the day. The temperature is finally cooling down, the sunlight is softer, and it's the perfect moment to relax and enjoy the sunset. As for me, it's time to head inside and start preparing dinner. Thank you so much for joining me on today's journey through Vietnam. I hope you enjoyed this little glimpse into everyday life here. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Your support means a lot and motivates me to keep sharing more stories, experiences, and hidden corners of Vietnam with all of you. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love, everyone.